Welcome class 8 in our e-learning class. Now today we will complete this chapter public facilities. Okay. So let's start. Come to page number 116. Extending sanitation facilities, latrines for us. They exclaimed in astonishment. We go and perform our functions out in the open. Latrines are for you big people. Mahatma Gandhi recounting untouchables' grievances, Rajkot Sanitation Committee, 1896. Besides safe drinking water, sanitation is a must in prevention of waterborne diseases. However, the sanitation coverage in India is even lower than that of water. Official figures for 2001 show that 68% of the households in India have access to drinking water and about 36% have access to sanitation toilet facilities within the premises of the residence. Now children, this one might not be matching with mine because you know that I follow the old edition of the book. So you will see what is written in your book. Once again, it is the poor, both in the rural and the urban areas, who lack access to sanitation. Sulabh, a non-government organization, has been working for 3 decades to address the problems of sanitation facing low-caste, low-income people in India. It has constructed more than 7,500 public toilet blocks and 1.2 million private toilets, giving access to sanitation to 10 million people. The majority of the users of Sulabh facilities are from the poor working class. Sulabh enters into contracts with municipalities or other local authorities to construct toilet blocks with government funds. Local authorities provide land and funds for setting up the services, whereas maintenance costs are sometimes financed through user charges. For example, rupee 1 is charged for use of the latrines in the cities. This one you have seen in these cities. If you go to the public toilet, even in Howrah station, we have to pay and then we have to use. So, come to this conclusion. Before that, the census of India 2001 puts rural household electrification as 44%, leaving around 78 million households still in the dark. Might be in your book the number is changed. Conclusion. Public facilities relate to our basic needs, and Indian constitution recognizes the right to water, health, education, etc. as being a part of the right to life. Underline this, that which things are coming under right to life. Thus, one of the major roles of the government is to ensure adequate public facilities for everyone. But progress on this front has been far from satisfactory. There is a shortage in supply and there are inequalities in distribution. Compared to the metros and large cities, towns and villages are underprovided. Compared to wealthy localities, the poorer localities are underserviced. Handing over these facilities to private companies may not be the answer. Any solution needs to take account of the important fact that every citizen of the country has a right to these facilities, which should be provided to her or him in an equitable manner. So these public facilities we have completed, children. You will read this properly and with lots of attention, and don't ignore this glossary section. Glossary section also you must read properly. So here we have completed this chapter, and in the next week I don't think that I will be able to start a new chapter. So you will study up to this one only with lots of attention. Bye then, stay happy, stay blessed.